I'm not like your ex, you know what I'm saying? I come back. Speaking of your ex, let's talk about some emotions. Specifically, on my mind today was detachment, and separation. And naturally, when I think of the words separation and detachment, they're both have negative connotations to me, and they make me think of, very uneasy feelings where I don't think that word should inherently hold any, negativity because, the older I get, the more I realize that things like separation, you know, whereas a kid, I think separation, the first thing I think of is like separation from my parents or separation from things I enjoyed, right? And as I grew up, I realized, separation from thoughts and detachment from feelings, but in a healthy way can help you live a lot fucking longer than the constant, you know, dread of your own mind and your own brain. Because once you get into that kind of thinking that you versus yourself place. I mean, it's kind of always you versus yourself, but when you're actually fighting yourself, and that other side of you just isn't letting that person that's up front, I don't know, just take the lead and rest sometimes. But the more I, the more I ponder it all, I realize well, a lot of us probably need some more detachment from everyday life, rather it be, the detachment from some of our thoughts or detachment from some unsavory situations and people. I think that goes a long way. And the faster we figure that out, you know, the better. Everything's on a timeline though. A friend once taught me that nothing really happens fast or slowly. It all just kind of happens. All right. So, you know, um, some people could look at Mac Miller and think, wow, he blew up pretty fast and his success came very fast. But uh relative to his life that ended so fast, it's like, did it even come fast enough? What else could he have done if he had 20, more years, or if he, would have gained that reputation faster, right? And again, it's like it's all a timeline. And he brought that specific point up to me because I talked to him like, wow, it's so crazy. Someone like Mac could not only like get a following and start selling albums in high school, but then to, before the age of 25, be such a renowned figure. And I was like, I don't know what I have to do as a musician to get that kind of following or even that kind of hype around my name, And he told me, yeah, it's all on the timeline. And the universe kind of understood that he needed to get things done very quickly because he himself wasn't going to have maybe the 60, 70, 100 years that I have to live, right? And I prayed it's that long, and I hope the universe is setting me up that way. But yeah, you never know. It is all one big timeline. We don't do things too quickly. We don't do things, too slowly. We do them as we do them. And we don't have to start rushing results. I get hung up on the idea of everything I could have had done or all of the music that would be out right now to share with you guys had I would have just taken the perfection out of everything and started laying down the stepping stones. It would have been a much faster path directly to success and to everybody's ears. But the more you ponder on it, the more time you waste. And then you just look back on that pondering and you feel like it was a waste of time. So, you know, just get what you're supposed to get done. And once you're able to separate from all that fear of like, oh, what does everybody gonna think when I get it done? That's that's always the problem. I think I can't think of any other reason I felt like things had to be perfect other than perfect for the people that are going to look at it and watch it because I didn't care. I definitely fell into a place where things were always good enough. And yeah, it's such a crippling problem. It's so crippling that that fear that you're doing it wrong, that you're doing it at the wrong time, that you're not doing it enough times or enough time out of the day. It's such a yeah, man. And I don't blame anyone for feeling that. It's so human. And I can't think of one moment in my life where I was trying to make a decision or trying to make my art and it didn't come back to, oh, is this going to be perceived wrong, laughed at, fucking just trashed and dragged. And that slow and you think it's not slowing you down, but it is slowly it starts planting the seed, right? It's like, oh no, that you just say one thing and you think of how it could be perceived and then that either starts for rewriting or that rewriting slowly turns into well, maybe the beat choice isn't right, and then beat choice turns into the album cover and fucking then the production and then the fucking all right, should I even be rapping or should I start singing? I've gone all the way, I've reverted all the way back down to like poetry until I just realized, oh no, my God, yeah, this was not right. I don't want to do poetry. I want to make music, but that's what perfectionism is this it'll do that to you. It'll make you jump total shit. So, uh, advise away from it. Not like it's anybody's fucking choice. I just always hope that when I say shit like that, it'll be like like the millionth time one person heard it and it'll actually get them to, oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Fuck perfectionism. Perfection. Fuck being a perfectionist. I don't know. I don't even know how to fucking say the word. And you don't need to know how to say the word. Because it's not, it doesn't call back to good meaning. You don't like it's great to try and shoot for perfection, but it's fucking insane to actually sit there and think anything you do is going to come out perfect, you know? It can come out to plan, and you can be proud of it, and it can come to be something really good, but perfect? Nah, yeah, you're not gonna get there. Not in your brain. That's another thing, not in your brain, because perfect can kind of it can possibly happen if you just get it the fuck out fast enough. Maybe you'll see it as perfect, but I look at my, mixtape as perfect. I think that's because I had no time for anyone to tell me it wasn't, and nobody has given it enough attention to tell me it wasn't, so I think the mixtape is perfect. Get your shit out there, it might be perfect. Also, if you don't share things with anyone, it can still be perfect forever to you. That's the bad thing about art. You putting it up to be criticized, and, there is a such thing as good or bad. I hate when people say it's like, "Oh, there's no good or bad art," or "There's no stupid questions." Yes, there is. There is good or bad art. And it's objectively good or objectively bad sometimes. And there is stupid fucking questions. There's tons of them. So, yeah, no, we gotta stop preaching that. That should have died a long time ago. Either way, I can't, I can't sit all high and mighty. I barely get shit done because I try to be perfect all the time. I'm not fucking perfect. Nothing about me is perfect. Not my hair, not my face, not my work ethic, not my music. It's all fucking all over the place. So, I just preach to you guys because I promised myself consistency and consistent I will be. Even if it's just trying to make it to the 10-minute mark of a live once a day and see if any of you guys end up subscribing, following the journey at all. Is my music worth it? I don't know. It is to me. I would listen to my music all day. It just makes me feel like an asshole. And, am I somebody that's going to always interact with my followers? Yeah, I am. I enjoy everybody that listens to my music. If I could talk to all 142 of you, I'd fucking text you guys and be friends with you guys all. I just can't, unfortunately. I don't know most of you guys, so if you ever need somebody, you can always reach out to me. We shoot the shit. I'm quite a lonely person, as you could tell. I have a lot of time on my hands, specifically enough time to do this every fucking day. Something will come out of it sooner or later. That's really all up to you guys. I could dance, I could do all sorts of things. I'm quite talented. You guys just got to tell me. You know what I mean? Leave it in my comments what you guys want me to do, so I can get your guys' respect, and then we can take over the world. Remember that if you meet somebody early enough in the stages of their career, you can help them